Good morning, everybody. I'm presently at my house now because we were chased out of the polling unit in Falana Street, Ejigbo, Lagos. They brought canes to the polling unit and they chased everybody out.
The recent happenings in Lagos since the political activity leading up to the elections came to a crescendo have been alarming to us who are referred to as non-indigenous, especially those of us that are of the Igbo stock.
I've been flogged out of my unit, flogged out of my Onowale Street, Solo, Ward 7. Flogged out like a common criminal. Look at my neck. Flogged out, and I was just standing. I didn't cause any trouble. I was just standing at the almost voting, and they came out with canes and flogged me out.
Sit
at all these people. They are going from one polling unit to another, just to make sure.
Madam. Don't cry. Even with blood dripping on your face, dripping from your face, you're still voting.
We all took her to where she got trained.
Let's look at them. Even they are king. This is Ibejule king. Even they are king. See, that one wearing white is their king. They are going from one polling unit to another, just to intimidate people so that they will vote for APC. Look at all of them. Look at they locked our polling unit.
The social and frontline media are awash with stories of attacks on Igbo and also with gory pictures and video clips of incidents.
Okay, what really happened in the 2023 general election was that the non-indigenous were actually bullied from their polling units. They were asked to leave because they're not indigenous. Definitely, we were intimidated. All were intimidated, some were beaten, some were stabbed. Then let me take a case where in Yoshi, at the collection center, one of the Labour Party agents was stabbed. And when he was taken to the hospital after a series of surgeries and every other, then let's cut the whole story short. Then a few months later, he died.
After my schooling, I decided to come and stay in Lagos to live for my greener pasture. Right before the election, the 2023 election, right? Okay, we are like, things are not the way we think it will be. So we are like, maybe this election will give us what we want. I was born and brought up in Lagos. Life is just up and down the hill. I can never tell you life is balanced. It's up and down the hill. But not as much as after 2023, after the election of 2023.
My name is Elizabeth. I'm a 32-year-old.
So 2023 was something else because the intimidation to the non-indigenous were just so much.
And before the election, we were like, this 2023 election is a big election. We've never had it in Nigeria. Like 3 tribes coming together. We have the Igbos, we have the Yoruba, and we have the Hausa. So it's just like a big lions coming together to fight. So we are excited. We are like, this is the best thing that has ever happened in this country. Because it has never come, it has never happened before. So anytime we see it, we discuss about it, it's gonna be a good election. We are looking into this country, we are all what we have been expecting, we are going to see it. Whoever that will mount the seats. The president election was fair, but you say the governor election was not fair.
After the presidential election, that P2B won the election in Lagos State, I think the indigenous felt it was a big slap on their faces, and we started hearing them say that they will not allow a repeat in the governorship election. And the governorship candidate for the opposition party, the prominent opposition party, that is the Labour Party, was GRV. And GRV is somebody that has an Igbo mother. And so the indigenous said he's an Igbo boy. Say his name is Chinedu. They did away with his native name. And so as far as they are concerned, is a Yoruba man versus an Igbo boy, an Igbo man. And they were saying they will not allow anything like that happen. So, but in the environment, we kept hearing people from Labour Party saying that they are prepared, that security is provided, everybody should come and cast their votes. And so on the day of election, because the presidential election was peaceful, everybody assumed it will be that what they are saying will be a mere threat, that they just want to dissuade or persuade people to stay behind. So on that very day, early in the morning, before I left my house to my polling units, we started seeing video from Agor area, flooding the social media. Saw people, being stabbed, saw people running, saw people being flogged. So everybody knew that this is not a mere threat. So many of the people started calling, asking, are you going out? Are you going out? And fortunately for me, where I vote was within the estate where I live, so I don't have to get to the road. But some people who I know that left to go and vote, even in that estate, they will tell you that the indigenous will come to the line where people line up to vote. They will come there and start selecting those who are not indigenous and telling them to go home. They were beating a lot of.
Look at what they are voting. If you're not voting for APC, they will tear your paper. So I came and asked them what happened. The next thing came basically was to slap me. I slapped him back. So then I carried bottle and everybody started fighting me. Thank you. But this country we will take our mandate back. We will not relent. We will fight.
It was there that you know that we are not one Nigeria. Because some people were disenfranchised. We were not allowed to vote.
I don't know individual. We just know that with that kind of event that happened, we don't have security. Because as a patriotic Nigerian, it is your right to come out and vote for your right candidate without any harassment. But I noticed that day that it wasn't like that. If you want to vote for your right candidate, they know that you are from this particular ethnicity of Nigeria. They will flog you. I know a man my neighbor was brutally wounded, flogged, that he even went to hospital to take care of himself after the election. So such a thing, in the next election, if they were not encouraged to come out and vote, that there is no fear, they should just keep away their fear and come out and vote. Many of them will not vote. It's only when they know that the security is good.
They believed the non-indigenous had the more voice in Lagos State. If the election was free and fair, if the election in 2023 was free and fair, we also it was free and fair that in Lagos State, P2B himself won in Lagos State, even despite the intimidation from against the non-indigenous. P2B definitely won Lagos State. So if the thing went free, totally free and fair, the way it is, I don't think the man in power today should be in power.
Is this the first time I saw you?
Yes, this is the first time it happens. life after election that there are some people you thought they were your friend, but in that election, you now notice that you are not my friends. People that you know that you eat and you interact together before at that election, because every one of us have different persons in mind to vote for. Are you getting me? So the friendship begins to grow a little. And now it's like, well, I say it's just like the relationship there is, we're still friends, but it's not like before that you can go to your neighbor, collect whatever you like. No. It's as if you have this person supporting you and not supporting this person. Oh my God. On that election day, what I saw, I don't want to see it again. It's just like we're on a warfare. I was like, is it this country that we are, or is they brought another country to us? People, human beings became, they said, as in acting like animals, fighting, bringing cane, flogging people because of election. Oh my God. They will even dictate you, telling you where to vote, whom to vote for. Why election is your right to vote whoever you want to vote for. What I experienced that very day, I don't want it to occur again.
And while I was trying to cast my vote, because I was actually going to vote for a particular party, which Labour Party specifically, and because political parties are arranged in alphabetical order. So it means I was going to go to L, which was down beneath. And I was going there. Someone just harassed me. Oh, you from Imo State. Go back to where you're coming from. You want to come here to go and vote? I was really scared. I can't remember the details of what he said.
Oh, man, it's about Tomo Igbo, Niema, Eko votes. Tomo will be not very vote to him. Ṣé bọ́dá àwọn kan sọ ní ibẹ̀ náà ni ọmọ Ìgbò lè má yẹ kó vote tó bá vote ibẹ̀ máa nà yà láàyè máa.
Wọ́n yà kó tí yà lóde àbí bó bá gbá etí ọ̀rùn gbọ́rọ̀ mọ́. Àwọn ọmọ mi ìwé eré ìwé ìgbọ́dọ̀ wọlé ìgbé kéèyàn ìgbọ́dọ̀ ìgbé bọ̀bẹ́ ìjọba ìgbọ́dọ̀ ìgbé ìgbọ́dọ̀ ti lọ kọ́ ìwà ìgbọ́dọ̀ ìgbé gọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀.
So there is this number that we're given that we can call when there is any such from the GRV quarters, his party, his campaign organization. They were sending numbers that we can call to report any violence. So I personally called that number, and they picked swiftly. I described where the thing was happening. I gave vivid description, and they told me they know where I'm talking about, that they will get there. But until the end of that day, I kept calling when I get feedback from other locations that people were being harmed, harassed, chased away, flogged. That they will tell me they will be there. But until the end of that day, there was no such response.
All the old policemen that were there, I don't know if they were scared of these guys, so they were nowhere to the phone.
This intimidation, who were involved, thugs and the Agberos, literally the Agberos of the streets, they paid them mostly to come out and intimidate because they have nothing to lose. They on themselves, they have nothing to lose. If they should come and stab you, they don't have families. But you being the voters, you have somewhere you have where to lay your head, you have your own family. So you're losing.
As a human being, I'm a human. You be scared. But sometimes you just speak courage.
Some of them will actually say, no, Igbo. No, like go back on our land. Yeah, no, in our land. Mona go back. Go to define for year. So it looked somehow because of election. Then you remember that these people are Igbo. But after the general election, you now act like everybody is now normal again. you still come back, still want to gist with that same Omo Igbo. You still want to come back again and ask the Omo Igbo for money again. So that's it.
While I was going to leave to drop my my ballot paper in the ballot box, I heard the man facing me, "Oh, you live in this neighborhood, Abby? Don't worry, we'll come for you." And you know what it means, because wherever you're voting should be closer to your house. I just felt relieved a little bit because I had moved out from that neighborhood, so I didn't change my polling units. So that's why I've been able to cover a few other locations. Imagine I was living somewhere close. It means I would really feel threatened, or I would have been forced to vote for a particular party that they wanted, which according to the alphabetical order, it would have just been up there. And this is really, it is really amusing. Yeah, my name is Blessing. I hear that comment a lot that I look Igbo, but I'm pure Yoruba. I'm Yoruba. I'm Ijesha. I can even say Inkaro. So I'm Yoruba. Even if I am not Yoruba, that doesn't mean you have the right to tell me not to cast my vote in a particular polling unit because what? Because you're a political thug, or because you think you have some loyalty to defend and to protect some person's mandate. And it is really appalling that police officer was there and he couldn't do anything. Maybe what could he have done? It was just one person anyway. And at some point I just had to leave. And I was really worried. Am I sure they were not following me? Because yes, I've moved out of that neighborhood, but it was still the same locality, the same region. And I was just watching my back as I was leaving. If this is happening, imagine this happened to a whole lot of people. What's going to happen? We're planning for the 2027 general elections, and there's going to be a whole lot of issues and campaigns around tribalism, people complaining about your tribe, who you should vote for, who you should not vote for. And a whole lot of people would rather feel that, oh, I'd rather stay at home because I want to be safe. I think more needs to be done. We have a new electoral act now, but then more needs to be done on the part of INEC, security agencies. Even political parties should also ensure that their political supporters, their party representatives, there's a name they call them, party, they represent the political party and the party agents. Yeah, party agents should watch whatever it is that they do in different polling units, so that people can exercise their franchise to the best of their ability. They should feel safe doing so and not feel threatened, because if people feel threatened, they would rather stay at home. And when we talk about apathy, voter apathy, these are some of the things that drive voter apathy. 27 general election is coming. I think it is really important for different stakeholders to begin to take the necessary action to ensure that people are able to cast their vote without fear of intimidation, harassment, nobody should be disenfranchised.
How has life after the election been?
Okay. Apart from some victims that we know, many died. They were taken home and buried. You know, Nigerians will forget easily. Before you know it, life returned to normal. And I will tell you that life after election was, I will talk about the people I know in my immediate environment. Some of them say regretting the role they played. You know, some of them will tell you that this government that they voted, they didn't know that this first gift that they will be getting from the government is subsidy is gone. You know, it became something to play about. So apart from the economic hardship, because life was so terrible for a lot of people. But as for the violence, the attack, it didn't continue, because immediately after the election, it's like their job had been done. So everybody became everybody's neighbor again. Those that used to come and ask you for support continue to come and ask you for that support, despite what they did during the election. So it's as if we have amnesia. We forgot about what they did and everybody had become brother and sister again.
Personally, it's affected me because at the time it discouraged me, because at the time when you are trying to talk to people, like you hear people coming out to tell you, oh, see, that they've given up already. They've given up. Some people told me at the coalition center that nothing will ever make them come out again to vote. because this country is really messed up and not them. They use the word not them. They know themselves. So I became discouraged at the time. But at the time again, I felt no, this is the time again to write history again. So what we do this time around is to come out to start singing or start giving the people hope again by coming out to say, go get your PVC. This is the time to get your PVC. This is the time to go back again to write history. This is the time to rewrite your mistakes by coming out again to vote ahead of 2027.
This is Fumi from Alimosho. See, we are in local government, and these people have started beating us here. They're beating some of our people. They're beating most of our people there. They're beating some of our people there. They are started though. They are beating us. They are beating us here. They are beating us. They are injuring us here. Please, we need people to come to our rescue. Please come to our rescue. I can't see now. Look at my lenses are off. I can't see. What would I do? I can't see. Let me book for Uber. It's terrible. It's a terrible situation. I have to call my husband. Let him know that I know. Okay. Tell him I'm okay. All right. It's a terrible situation now.
See, I can see your body now. Yeah? Very sorry, very sorry, very sorry. What happened? What happened, please, quickly?
It was at Akison, Oba's Palace. So that's my own political unit. So we went there to vote. Even they said that they don't want anybody who is not going to vote APC to be on the line. Even if you go there, you must surely vote for APC. So at a point, one of my friends asked me on the phone, said, what's happening in our area? I told him on the phone, said that we are not safe in this area. They said that everybody should vote APC, even they did not allow us to be on the line for the HQ. So in the process, one Yoruba guy descended on me, asking me, why am I just chatting? But I said, which one am I chatting? Even they collected my phone. Hey, started beating me.